Okay, the recording has started. First, I want to say thank you and welcome to PC Wise Success. And as I answer questions from the sideline, I also want you guys to know that you are now watching Second Covenant Mogul Publishing Home Shopping Networking channel. Now, this home shopping channel is for individuals that's ready to invest in their ministries, invest in their communities, and invest in their homes as governing officials of the kingdom of the New Jerusalem, which was established by heaven, and our president is Yahweh. Second, I want you to understand that our vice president is Yeshua Jesus Christ, who is actually taking the seat of our president Yeshua Christ, and we are the cabinet. We're the cabinet, the elected officials. My name is Dr. Serena Washington, and today our show will be about Dr. Emmanuel Okepako. Now, we're speaking about Dr. Emmanuel Okepako. I want to first tell you welcome to the release of the Chosen Kingdom Project, Builder and Promoter, Kingdom Governmency. First, I'm going to go to the sidebar. I want you guys to know as we are moving forward with the revelations of what the books are about in our kingdom, and also giving you revelation about the governmency of the kingdom and explaining to you our role. I want you to understand that when I'm looking to the side, I'm actually reading so I don't get anything mixed up right now. So first we're going to talk about the project. I believe because project management and Christian Revival Congress, workshop, and conferences. I believe because Jesus Christ came to save the lost and to keep the saints going until we all get to heaven. It's our duty to first worship in spirit and truth. The Holy Spirit is separating the true shepherds from the false shepherds. The agenda from heaven is to show the world how his true shepherds will supply the needs of each believer by offering aid and shelter to refuges. Now, if you just understood what I read, I want you to know that this kingdom project was established in Nigeria, Africa. Now, Dr. Emmanuel Okepako is my spiritual son, and we are established here in the USA, the elected officials. We are raising up individuals that's literally moving to the forefront to be able to help starting in 2016. And this is just the beginning. It's been happening since we've been empowering individuals, but I can promise you, once I read the rest of Dr. Emmanuel quote, you will understand why it is important to live by the commandments of our Father in heaven. So I'm giving you strategic information about how to live in a time in a society such as this, where I want to make like because you're living a godly lifestyle, you're losing. First of all, we're going to establish the meaning of success and wealth. It's two meanings of success, and it's two ways to get wealth. The first meaning of success is material success, which we have individuals getting it by any means necessary. That means they're running over whoever they may run over. They're selling their souls, and they're committing all kind of heinous crimes to continue to live and to continue to eat. Well, the success that we are talking about is the success in the spiritual realm. That means when you move to the forefront, you have already witnessed, just like Christ is advocating for us, you have already witnessed the temptations of the world and decided not to live by the temptations of the world. You have already witnessed the enemy trying to uproot the word, trying to cause you to believe that the word is a lie and that it will not perform or manifest itself. So today I'm going to continue by reading off the sidebar Evangelist Dr. Emmanuel K. Paco is the host of bi-weekly soul winning and anointing service program tagged Breakthrough Life Series. Now, this life conference, and he's also the host of Christian Revival Congress. Now, we all know about presidency, which is in heaven, the New Jerusalem, which is Yahweh. And we know about Congress. We have a worldly Congress. Well, we have the spiritual Congress. The spiritual Congress is literally individuals that's doing everything possible here in the earth realm to make sure that we live by the commandments and the laws of heaven, right? Your kingdom have each kingdom. And listen, there's many, many kingdoms in the world today, but each kingdom have regulations and laws that's established before they even launch out to the forefront. Well, our kingdom been established before time, before the foundation of the world. And that's living by the word and the character of our Father Yahweh. Second, I want to tell you that he also conveys the annual African Church Project and intercessor conferences and workshops for ministers of God, Christian leaders, and workers. Dr. Emmanuel K. Paco is also the producer of brands and product TV series like the TV series we have now, Nigerian food, beverage stakeholders. Dr. Emmanuel K. Paco, these conferences address the issues of life and address what we should be literally eating in the fountain today, because we have a lot of situations going on right now with with individuals where they're eating the wrong food. And we also have a Congress leader with her own institute also that's called Miss Dion. Her name is called Miss Dion Copeland, where she literally teach you how to first live the way they lived back in the days where herbs was the way that we heal, back to the basics. And she also teaches about being prepared with your emergency kit. So I would just like to drop that and pin that on the wall. But standing firm with Dr. Emmanuel Paco right now with the release of the Chosen Kingdom. And I will be clicking off from time to time so that I can receive what I need to put in the inbox, so you can go and purchase the book as I speak. If anyone have any questions, just come on and let me know. But I'm going to first start with this part. Okay. Dr. Emmanuel Paco serves in several capacities and varieties of corporation and Christian organizations in Nigeria, Africa, and the USA. Evangelist Dr. Emmanuel K. Paco believes that if you can pray through, live right, then you can break through. Last but not least, also, if you can make moves, then you can make waves. And we know today in the earth realm today that in order for us to get anything done, we have to first learn how to grab faith. Second, after you learn how to grab faith, you have to be able to pray. After praying is always another step, and that's action. Now, if you're in the will of God and if you're seeking God to help you with the storms that you're going through or with the trials that you're going through, we all know whenever individuals are going through storms or trials, God gave instructions. Well, this book, The Release of the Chosen Kingdom Project, Builder and Promoter, Kingdom Government by Dr. Emmanuel Paco, coming out of his institution, which I am a doctor now, ordained doctor from his institution, and I just didn't get ordained. I literally lived what I made A. And so I want to tell a lot of people today, if you're talking about publishing books and if you're talking about becoming a doctor, a minister, or someone powerful in the earth realm today, we all know that you will be going through these situations. So we come here to equip you so that when the storms come and the tests of life come, because Satan, the adversary of our soul, will come out to uproot the word. We want to be able to give you strategic prayers was also in this workbook. Dr. Emmanuel Paco took his time, his experience, and his knowledge and pulled into this workbook for individuals today. Now, this is what I don't want individuals to do. I don't want you to think that we are connecting with Nigeria Lagos because we don't have knowledge here. That's absolutely the opposite. What we're doing is connecting to Nigeria Lagos because they have tests and trials that we have not went through. And we know when you go through tests and trials that you literally have a dispensation from heaven at that time, because it's to the measure of your purpose that you are poured into. So the revelation and knowledge from other individuals to you can literally help you go through your storm easier. That's what's in this workbook. This workbook gives you knowledge about prayers, give you knowledge about what you should be doing in your community. This workbook gives you questions after questions after each chapter so that you can answer the questions and also take the test for the course, which we have an online course. If you go to my website, you will see all the professors that's in my university from Nigeria Lagos, which is our connection, and they'll be pouring out of our university, which is PCYS Success, and it was PCS, but since we're established now, we can go ahead and move forward with our true name, and that's PCYS. That's Project Create Your Success. And when you come into our university, first you will be learning how to purposely write your vision through writing. That's finding your purpose through writing. Second, you will learn how to take your position, and taking your position is learning about the political field. Now, we know that the earthly political field cannot literally be established in the kingdom political field. So we always like to keep our eye on individuals because we know at a certain time they will need prayers and they will need our advisory sessions. So we make sure that we keep our eye on the world as well as guard our community with our angels that we have that's as always partnering with us and connecting with us and going out and clearing the way for us. So I'm happy to be talking about that. Now, what I want you to understand today is I'll be giving you some strategic information about our kingdom so that you can decide if this is something that you want to journey by first purchasing a book on the side. Once you purchase the book, you get 10% off of the course that Dr. Emmanuel Paco have. So I'm going to go first start over on the left-hand side this time. I'm waiting on questions. If you have any questions, just make sure you raise your hand. Now, this is our first topic. Now, who on the line today knows about legislation? That's the legislative branch. That's what I want to know. Well, I'm going to explain to you. Legislative, keep the laws, commandments of heaven established in our everyday lives. That's where our Congress is pouring out of our heavenly Jerusalem. Our heavenly Jerusalem is literally bringing us down strategic information on how to build in a time such as this. And when you listen to our talk shows or our home shopping networks, we'll have individuals coming in from time to time telling you why they purchasing a book and why they're interested in purchasing a book, and also asking questions, because at this time I'm also teaching as I bring the word for our Father and for our captain and chief, Yeshua Jesus Christ. So next, I'm going to give you some more strategic information just so you can understand the executive branch. Now, the executive branch The executive branch, it carries out laws, decree, declaring, and denouncing for consequences and laws to be established from New Jerusalem in the earth realm. We need order. By now, the president of New Jerusalem, Yahweh the president, and it will be decreed and declared by our vice president and a cabinet. So I'm going to start off again. It's going to be Yahweh the president. The vice president will be Yeshua Christ. The cabinet will be the elected officials. So that's what we're doing now. Next, I want you to see the judicial system. Now, the judicial system is called from the heavenly realm. From the heavenly realm, when you make your prayers known to God, God sends out angels, and he partners with angels. And Gabriel explained to you in Daniel 11:1 that the angel Gabriel will bring before our Father in heaven whatever your purpose may be. And whatever your purpose is, he'll bring it before our Father. And if the Father approves of that purpose, he will back you up. Now, just because you don't see a manifestation right then and there, it does not mean that your purpose is not supposed to be in the earth realm. It means that sometimes we go through tests and trials so that our ministry can be strong for others who are looking to fulfill the purposes that they have for their life. So you will be used for other individuals to tell them that you made it through those situations that seem like it was hard, but it wasn't hard. It was just an illusion from Satan trying to make you believe that this was not the purpose of your life. Second, I want you to understand that the judicial system evaluates laws through Supreme Court and other courts. The throne of God with Yahweh, Yeshua, Jesus, and he turns it over all in all to our Father at the end. So you don't have to be worried about once you bring it to the courtroom if if the courtroom is going to accept it or not. The petition is done by our brethren, Yeshua, Jesus Christ. So we don't have to worry about any of that. Now, this is the president. And the president leads the country, New Jerusalem. He is God, is the Godhead. And what I'm speaking about right now, what you see is if you don't have a husband and you're a single woman, your Godhead is Yahweh. That's who you take your instructions from. That's who you take your orders from. Nobody else. Anybody else that's telling you other than what Yahweh tells you to do is literally not sent by God. God is going to give you your orders. He's going to give you your instructions, and he's going to prepare the way for you by allowing you to partner with his holy angels. So Michael, the prince, will be the one going before us to make sure that everything that our Father decreed and declared that's ours will be established. Remember, this is the release of the chosen kingdom project, builder and promoter. And the first stone is Jesus Yeshua Christ, which was rejected at the beginning. Next, I want you to understand that he's the Godhead of the state. Leader of the federal part is archangels, the holy angels, New Jerusalem government, and Yeshua Christ, commander in chief of the holy angels, armed forces. So that's a part that you have to understand who you live by, who you listen to, who your commands come from, because majority of the time when we're telling individuals the information we have, they're thinking we just making up this information. So you have to allow our Father to approve you when the time comes. So I'm happy about that, about being approved by the Father. When you're approved by the Father, there's nothing in the earth realm that can tempt you or test you to make you give up what our Father has decreed and declared to be yours. And the vice president. The vice president is Yeshua, Jesus Christ, supports the president Yahweh, and the first lady are the brides. Now, listen to this. Your Godhead is your husband who is in He must be in Christ in order to give you strategic, prophetic information and to uphold you in the earth realm. So you're the bride, the first lady. Second, I want you to understand that if the president is unable to serve, which is Yahweh, and that's not being unable to serve because Yahweh makes all things possible. Guess what, you guys? He sent flesh. The vice president, Yeshua Jesus Christ, the living word, became flesh and blood to become president, to become our vice president for the president, and then turns us over all in all. So I know that you guys are happy about this. Now, this is for church leaders. This is for ministries. This is for communities. This is for schools. If you're ready to take that next step and go forward, then this is definitely for you. Nothing will stop this program, and nothing will stop the progress that we already have. Nothing will do it. So next, I want to let you know that we're going to go ahead and tell you about the cabinet. Now, the cabinet is you guys, is me, it's you, elected officials, institutions, universities, schools, stores, whatever it may be that God gave you to produce in this atmosphere today and in this room, then you will have to surely be able to do it. But first, I want to explain your purpose. You excited about your purpose? You're excited about at least understanding a little bit about the New Jerusalem, the release of the Chosen Kingdom Project builder and promoter? Well, I'm glad to tell you, cabinet members serve as advisors to the president. Why? They include the vice president, Yeshua Jesus Christ. That includes it. And the heads of executive department, elected officials. Cabinet members are nominated by the president, Yahweh. Second, I want you to understand is, and must be approved by the Senate after attending one of our courses, a course that you can bring your certificate to. And also we have universities and theology schools. We're excited about this promotion and about this project. And I want you to understand that nothing can get in the way of something that's already established from the foundation of the world. Guess what? You're just finding out that you were included in the revelation of our Father Yahweh in heaven through Yeshua Jesus Christ, all one body, many members. Now, if you're interested about purchasing the book that we have for you today, you can purchase that book. What you can do when you purchase this book is you can come back on our show whenever you see our show on, and you can tell us how good this show was. Remember, no one can stop the will and the purpose for your life. So when you purchase books like this, anything that is hidden within this earth realm today that's trying to stop you from being that solid foundation and that stone, because remember, we are stones too. We are the church. Our body is the temple. So we are those many stones that's pillars and building the church today. No one can contend with that. So if you are happy about your ministry, worried about your church, worried about your community, we want you to understand that once you purchase this book and put it on your bookshelf in your home, you can go over it with your whole household, including your children, because they have questions that your children must understand, because you are an elected official. So therefore, that means you are training a child up in a godly lifestyle under the governance of the New Jerusalem. It says in the Bible, keep the New Jerusalem in your mind. So when you keep the New Jerusalem in your mind is spiritually renewed. So we are passing to you today the way that we want. I don't want you to get frustrated with the cares of the world, because remember, seeking ye first the kingdom will add all else. And your trials and tribulation, if it have a beginning, it must have an end. And our brethren, Yeshua Jesus Christ, promised us that he is the author and the finisher of our faith. So if your master went through, surely you will go through, because the servant is not greater than a master. And I want to say thank you, Yeshua Jesus Christ, for bringing in the characteristics characteristic of Yahweh. And thank you, Yahshua Jesus Christ, for showing us how to live, showing us how to carry our cross, and showing us how to complete our mission. And I want to let you guys know today that the Father did not and will not send us to die, because Yahshua Jesus Christ was already sent to die. In John 17:15, he says, Father, I ask that you take them not out of the world, but that you protect them from the evil one. I want you to keep that in your mind with the New Jerusalem, that, wow, Yahshua Jesus Christ is not telling me to say I will die for my faith, I will die for my religion. Yahshua Jesus Christ wants me to keep in my mind that I can live in this earth realm and decree and declare blessings from heaven, so that we can go ahead and impart the gospel into all the individuals that want it or seek it. We're not going around making individuals take the gospel. We're going around giving the gospel. So I want to thank you, Dr. Emmanuel Paco, for taking your time to deliver to the world this book. And these two books are established together. And as we begin to allow these books to go to the forefront, because we're going to have more shows with the professors on the shows, this is just the beginning. When we bring the professors on the show and you took the course, you will be able to speak directly with the professors. And I know earlier today on our first show, we had some individuals that was atheists and some people that was working for science, and their religion and science. But today I want to tell you and reach to you and ask that the Father seals you and give you a divine connection with him through our brother Yahshua Jesus Christ, and that the angels of heaven guard and protect and partner with you, so that when the enemy comes to uproot the word, then the angels will fight and contend with you. Second, I want to pray for all the individuals that watch the show and that's prepared to move forward in their ministry. Father, I pray today through to you. This is from your daughter, Dr. Serena Washington, for all individuals who are watching this show today, that you give them a peace of mind of no man understanding. In a world where we hear rumors of wars and rumors of chaos, we can have peace in this world knowing that everything is already done. I come to you, Father, thanking you for the endurance for individuals that's watching this show, the impartation of the Holy Ghost, another dispensation to give them the endurance they need, so that you can manifest yourself in them, so that they may begin their purpose. I thank you, Father, for sealing them off, so no other spirits can enter them because we know they're going to a higher dimension. And we also know that when you're going to a higher dimension, you have demon doctrines and deception that come and try to corner you off when you're about to move forward and become influential. I want to say thank you for watching this show today, and it'll be many more. Dr. Emmanuel Paco in Nigeria, Lagos, we want to thank you. We want to thank Apostle David E. Israel for writing his book, The Imperial Knowledge of Jesus Christ, the True Commonwealth of Israel. I also want to thank Prophet David Adibawale and all you guys, wives and associates that you're dealing with, that you're established with, and for individuals you're partner with and dealing with. I want to thank them for supporting you and holding you up, so that we can bring you to the USA and be able to give this knowledge to the individuals that's seeking it here in the USA. So we want to say thank you from PCYS Success University for meeting you guys. And I also want to leave this with you guys. We had individuals from all other countries, 7 continents, to come in with individuals to infiltrate the USA so that they can break the system down. But we decree and declare that the grounds that they laid, the fallow grounds, be cracked immediately, crushed with a 2-edged sword, and that the army of heaven that we are partnered with holy angels can come down and seal everything we put our hands to make sure that it's not touched. May you see manifestation in everything you touch from today forward, because I know I will. Have a blessed day and be encouraged. Bye bye.